push the pace when they can. So the important here is to control the pace by not turning the ball over and taking care of our shot selection. If we keep things slow, if we keep scoring to a minimum, it will give Gilas Pilipinas an opportunity to stay close, maybe seal it in the end against Australia. But if we are stuck in a running game, it will be very difficult for us to stay within striking distance of Australia.
2025 FIBA Asia Cup.
I just wanted to react. Carlo, I wanted to ask you about the pace.
So this is the first time na after 7 years na magharap itong
I don't know if we can do that with Australia. That's why I
Philippines and
agree exactly
Australia
with
after
what you
ng
said, that we need to
nangyaring
control the pace
brawl
of this game because Australia is too quick and
sa
they
kanila
shoot
sa
so well.
Philippine
If you
Arena.
run with them, you might get into trouble. You know, Carlo, before we let you go,
Absolutely.
So
go ahead, Carlo.
That's absolutely correct, Coach Mark. It will be difficult if you play
hirap,
the game
ano na lang to
of Australia. That is their skill.
maliit
That is
yung
their
chance
strength.
natin
So
na
our best
matarat
chance
yung
of
Australia,
upsetting
pero
them is to go to the
pero syempre
absolute
pilog ang bola,
other
diba?
end
Walang
of the spectrum. Slow
anything
things
can
down, let
happen.
that triangle work, and then just minimize those possessions, keep it down to a minimum.
You know, one final question, Carlo. Obviously, what about the three-point shooting? Because we're giving up 42.3%
Kailangan talaga
against other teams. And so, you know, they're shooting very well against us.
perimeter
Is
shooting
that
ng
also key, you think?
mga
And
players
has Coach
natin.
Tim
So,
really tried to address that as well?
especially the 3-point
Yep,
territory.
that has been a focal point
Pa
of all
talaga
of our
mabantayan natin
practices
talaga
here, of
yung
all the reminders coming
offensive talaga
from
ng
Coach
Australia
Tendon and
kasi
his
most of the
assistant
players
coaches.
talaga
It
ng
is
Australia
important
is
for us to really close down
talaga,
long
malalaki.
against the shooters of Australia because there are some good ones. There are a couple of them shooting at
Big
about
impact talaga
40%.
sa
So if
atin
you
yung
leave them
pagkawala
open,
ni
they will
Kaiso
burn you from deep. You
kaya
cannot have that
injury.
if you're the Philippine
Tapos
defense. So three-point shooting must be controlled against Australia.
dalawang players
Okay,
yung
Carlo, thank you very much. We're going to talk to you during
ano na yun,
halftime and
sila
possibly also
Octana
during our
CJ
post-game show.
Perez
Carlo Pomintuan joining us all the way from Jeddah, Saudi
injury,
Arabia. So now, Coach, we're going to take a look at the lineup
sprain
here
injury.
of Australia, and it's a pretty potent lineup. It's not their strongest
Kailangan
lineup.
mag-step
It's
up,
not their A team, but at the same time,
mga
their
players
B
natin
team
like
is
si
more than
Justin
enough to be able to take
Brownlee,
care of business. That's actually the good news. If you're watching
Jaden
Australia for the
Campbell,
first time in this Asia Cup,
Scotty
you will not
Thompson,
see
and some other
Dyson
players.
Daniels there. You will not
Ayan,
see
so
George
pinapakita
Gilas
na
there
yung
and the
mga
rest of those
12
NBA
players
players.
ng
But this is
Australia.
still an extremely good team, very talented team.
Malalaki din itong mga
One thing that they do, they shoot the ball very
ito
well.
si Jalen Galloway,
is an
magaling
excellent
to eh,
three-point shooter.
number 9 player ng
70%
Australia.
in this Asia Cup for Galloway. Jack McGee played for the Rockets, excellent three-point shooter as well. And then the key guy for me, Xavier Cooks, extremely
So
athletic.
wala pang talo
He
dito ang
doesn't shoot the ball a lot,
Australia
but he
since na
creates at
ano
6'8".
sila,
He is the main creator for them off the dribble. Look at the
nag-join
numbers.
sila sa FIBA
Impressive so
Asia way
far.
back
We saw them
2017. So yan,
against
yung,
Korea.
yung mga natalo nila
36-point
during the
win. Lebanon gave them a challenge, but
qualification,
Lebanon,
South
remember,
Korea,
is playing
Lebanon,
extremely well. They
Qatar,
beat Japan. This is
sa
the team
Group A.
that knocked out
So
Japan in the last
sila yung
round, and that they still
nag-finish
lost to
ng
this Boomers team by double figures. So Australia,
ng
a
first
juggernaut
place sa
in this
group
group.
nila,
Okay, let's
3-0
talk about the
record.
key players. You mentioned some of the key players already. First and foremost, we got to talk about Jalen Galloway. Jalen Galloway obviously leads the charge for them in terms of scoring. And look at the clip that he has
Jack
together with
McBain,
Jack McVay, as you mentioned. Also, Jack
ganda
McVay
ng
with a little bit of NBA
per
experience.
tournament
Jack
average
McVay,
nila,
this is a
13.7,
6'8" player who shoots a
7.5
lot from the
POs.
outside.
Jalen Galloway, ang
Knockdown
galing.
shooter, quick release, and you see the numbers 43.5%.
So this is guys documentary. So sa mga gusto guys panoorin yung live siya sa One Sports and sa Pilipinas live app.
In 3 games already, so this is just impeccable shooting, and he's shooting a lot of transition threes, catch and shoot.
So 7 o'clock guys,
This guy is a
start ng
knockdown
game.
shooter for Australia. We need
yung mananalo advance sa semifinals. Kung advance sa semifinals, makakatapat nila dyan yung mananalo between Iran and Chinese Taipei.
That is really something for us to be able to look out for and to key our defense towards. And right now, let's take a look at our Gilas lineup. And this is familiar faces, but at the same time, we're going to give you two of our key players, CJ Perez and also
top 12 players ng Philippines.
in this game because he's somebody who can be a lockdown defender against a Galloway, against
So,
a
hindi pa
McVay, because
pinapadalo dito si Jamie Malonzo sa last 3
but
games.
he's not gonna play today. Coach Tim Cone
Last
down
3
to 10
games
men,
during
but
the
the young players and
qualification.
they're stepping up. So
Saka sa
this is a promising sign for Gilas. Not only that, you were talking about that the other day. Your future is bright for Philippine basketball.
knockout
Right now, we
against
are
Saudi.
focused here on the FIBA Asia Cup as we take a look at
Hindi pinalaro si
our road
Jamie
to the
Malonzo. Pero sana
quarterfinals. Not a
makapakapularo
very
siya.
good start. First 2 games were losses, but then after that, we were able to right that ship.
Natalo tayo ng Chinese Taipei sa GC bot by 8
We have
points.
gotten better each and
Kaya
every
natin ng
game
Iraq.
in this
Finish
Asia
tayo
Cup.
ng
From the
third
first
place
game
sa
to Chinese
group D.
Taipei to that
Nakaharap
win
din
against
Saudi
Saudi
Arabia.
every single
Kaya
game there is
overtime.
improvement
Ayun,
with this team.
that
So
time na
I expect us to play a lot better again in
nag-shoot
this game
ng
and
3 points si Justin Brown.
So after you saw those 3 results, let's take a look at the result up against Saudi Arabia. That was a knockout game to be able to make it here to the quarterfinals. As we look at the numbers there, we shot well from the field at 50%, and then 3-point field goals. We increased that to 34.6. We made 3 3-pointers in overtime. Of course, we all know about the Justin Brown 3 that sent it into overtime. It's going to be important for us to shoot maybe 10 to 12 3-pointers at 35%. That would be a good number for Gilas in order for us to have a chance to win this game. And then rebounding. This is not an extremely tall Australia team, so I think we can match up with them inside the paint and rebounding points. Right now, let's take a look at Justin Brown and his contributions against Saudi Arabia. He will definitely be the focal point of the defense of Australia. Brownlee did everything against Saudi Arabia. Look at those numbers for Brownlee. The big question is, can Brownlee do it again with a very short 2-day turnaround from that last game against Saudi Arabia? We all know that Brownlee is not that young anymore. So let's see what kind of energy Justin will have in today's game. These 2 guys definitely, they have the energy for sure. These are our young guys with the big time.
Wala pa po pa, mag-start pa lang.
Saudi Arabia, numbers of Edu, 17, 12, and 4. Amazing.
Australia po, quarterfinals na yan.
Team defensively, when we needed some stops, it was Edu who delivered for Gilas, and then Kevin Kemba, 17 points off the bench. It's amazing confidence and mentality for Kevin Kemba. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Right now, let's send it over to Jeddah. The protocol is about to begin, and we're going to have our game proper in just a minute.
Pinapakilala na yung Australia. Pero sneak peek ko na lang. Mampas tayo. Maka-operate eh.
The national anthem of the Philippines. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Australia.
National anthem ng Australia. Yan na. After 7 years, naharap na. Australia, Philippines. After na nangyaring brawling accident. Yan na, quarterfinals na to. Sana naman walang mangyaring
And we are now minutes away as we take a look at our referees handling proceedings here for
Ayan,
our
mga
quarterfinal
referees
match.
from Iraq, Syria, Jordan.
This is it. It's a do or die situation once again for Team Philippines and Gilas Pilipinas.
Strongly.
Feel they got a good shot, but again, critical to get off to a good start here in quarter number 1.
Oh, that's important, and it happened against Saudi Arabia. Excellent start, especially when Kevin Kiambao entered that game. Gilas went on the run. We took a 10-point lead at the end of the first quarter. We're going to need something like that, and of course, consistency, because after that strong start, we struggled offensively in the beginning of the second quarter.
You know, Coach, you and I covered the New Zealand game, and there, obviously, as we take a look at the starting 5 here for Team Philippines,
Yan na, starting lineup. Scotty, Junmar Fajardo, Dwight Ramos,
no easy baskets
Justin
here for Australia
Brownlee,
today.
And
AJ
open
Edu,
threes. I think that's key. The 3-point
Head
defense
Coach
of
Steve
Gilas
Kong.
will really be tested today, because this is a team that shoots a lot, and it's coming from a lot of players.
First
Remember
time naman
when we
ng
played Saudi
Australia.
Arabia the other day, it was mostly up to
Hindi
Rahman
pa pinapakita.
hitting those threes, and he really hurt us with his 3-point shooting. This is different because they will not rely on 1 or 2 players making 3-point shots. They will rely on, of course, Galloway. McVay will take a lot
Hindi
of
pa pinapakita
threes as well.
yung
Foxwell will do the same
lineup
thing.
ng Australia.
Smith is also shooting
Paxwell,
well from the outside.
Galloway,
Here's the
Cooks,
starting 5 for
McVay,
Australia. Maxwell,
Magnay.
Galloway, Cooks, McVay, and Magnay. But then at the same time, this is not a squad that is just all shooters, but they also have size inside.
Especially
Head coach ng Australia,
Xavier Cooks is
Adam
to be
Caphorn.
very unique in this team
Adam
because he's
Caphorn.
athletic, extremely athletic,
Yan na.
and he can create off the
Tutupit na.
dribble. He's probably their best guy in creating
Start na
off
to
the
quarterfinals,
dribble.
guys.
Tappin mentioned that in starting lineup yesterday because he played with Xavier Cooks in the NCNBL, and he mentioned this guy at 6'8". Is practically a point forward, and Coach Sean Chambers also mentioned they are very concerned.
Shout
with what
out
he can
to
do,
Dodi
and
Ola.
expect AJ Edu to be the main guy defending against
Eh, di ko guys pwede pakita yung live eh. Baka ma-copyright kasi tayo ng YouTube eh. So this is the live commentary. Pero I'm sure naman na narinig din naman yung ano eh, yung volume ng TV.
They just killed Korea with the transition offense, shooting a lot of
Kaya kasi ma-copyright tayo ng ano ng
in
YouTube.
transition, and they
Ayan na,
want
countdown
running
to
away.
kick off.
So that is something that
1
they will
minute.
try to do against our team as well.
Again, we talked about
Masilat
that
natin
during the
si
pregame.
Australia.
US Pilipinas unfortunately giving up 42% in terms of 3-point field goal
Pagpay
shooting.
natin guys yung mga players ng Gilas
Numbers definitely
Pilipinas.
gotta go down to give ourselves a
Ito
better
na.
chance of coming out with a W here tonight.
First time in 7 years.
From their guards are bigger.
Lauren, shout out.
They don't really have a big center
Kaya tip
or
up na to.
post-up threat.
Yung
Like,
Gilas
Saudi
Pilipinas
Arabia
is
without
naka-blue. Yung Australia
I think
naman is naka-green.
can have some success calling in the post against this Australia team. So let's see
Yan na.
if Coach Tim Cohn will go to
Si
Jumar early.
Bong the Jumble.
Well, he did 2 games ago.
Si
That was
Brownlee.
actually the first play that they ran.
Tapos,
Up
ay si
against
Edu
Iraq,
pala.
to really establish
Ayun,
our
Australia.
eight-time
Ay, yan.
MVP.
Bola na Australia.
Australia wins the
First
tip,
quarter
and
na to.
they're gonna have first crack at the basket. Here's that ball moving once again. Not to mention a lot of movement also by the players.
Naku po.
There's an open 3. Not closing out.
Sinasabi ko eh. Nakatres agad Australia.
70%.
Galloway.
Look at all of the action that Australia does to free up their 3-point shooters. They're gonna do this all game long, and if we are a step slow, they're gonna kill us.
That time not able to close out to the shooter. That was a wide open shot for Galloway.
3-point shot pang Galloway. 3-0. Australia by 3
Gets it to the heart of
Tama
the
ng tatlo.
defense. Scotty.
Scotty. Oh, wala. Tumakas yung press si Scotty.
And look at that. It's Omar Cooks on the ball.
Oh, press na naman. Ay!
What they love to do.
Paxwell.
This time from Paxwell.
6-point lead by Australia.
6-0 for
6-0.
And only a minute gone here in our contest.
8 minutes and 53. The first quarter.
AJ getting to the eye of the defense. Gives it up to Brown.
Yun! Masin pa si Brownlee. Kasama pang foul. Nice.
Able to actually even have the follow through despite the fact that his arm got clipped.
Bonus free to ni Brownlee.
Off the ball a lot. You don't want him to be dribbling the ball a lot because they're gonna get
Pasok.
a lot of
6-4.
Justin, so the more
2-point lead by Australia.
Justin can take in this game, that will be better for Gilas.
Dalawa na lang laman ng style. Uy! Ako! Galloway, dalawang test na to. 3 out of 3 ng Australia sa 3.10. 9-4.
He has height for a shooter, and that's why he can get that shot off.
Junmar.
Little space.
Here's
Junmar. Ay! Nako, tinatala. Oy! Edu. Ah, wala. Sayang. Tumasin to si Edu.
They go to the wing. Inside, Galloway got hacked. The free throws coming up here.
You see that the quickness in how they get into their offense. There's Galloway.
Tangkad.
Justin needs to respect that 3-pointer.
There's team foul ng Philippines.
This is the first one. Look at that pick and pop action coming from Australia to free up Galloway.
Pick and roll talaga.
The second one is Justin going under the screen.
First free throw ni Galloway. Pasok.
Shooting 70% from the three-point line.
And now since he made those first 2 threes, that 72% will go up slightly.
That's true.
Second free throw. Wala. Uy, nirebound ni Edu. 10-4 ang score. Australia by 6. Scotty.
Scotty using that pick from Junmar.
Pick ni
Gets into the
Junmar.
post. As they
Brownlee.
go here, Desire.
Double team si Brownlee.
Which we expected. Nice release pass.
Ramos. Wala.
That's offline.
But that was good. That was excellent offense. From the attacking that double team.
Ah, wala.
Dropping, missing that tackle.
Nag-increase na yung press ng Australia. Scotty.
Still a 6-point lead by Australia. 10-4.
Dwight.
Almost 3 minutes gone here.
Brownlee.
Number 1. Up against a smaller defender.
Oh,
and
foul.
Brownlee's going to get fouled. Reaching in that time was big man Will. His first personal, second on Australia.
It needs to be like that for Justin Brown.
Paxwell.
If he's going to attack
First
on the penetration, it has
foul
to be
ni
quick.
Paxwell.
There must be a quick decision
14
every
fouls
time he
na ng
touches the
Australia.
ball so that he can
Inbound
avoid being
pass.
double teamed continuously.
Edu.
So the foul was given to Foxwell.
Ay!
Almost lost it.
3 seconds na lang sa shot na.
Ay!
Naubusan ng oras. Ganda ng depensa ng Australia.
On the defensive end. That's 6, 7, 6,
24 seconds. Shot clock violation.
Ramos defending him.
Tangkad na mga press ng Australia. Turnover.
And taller.
Here he is at that point forward position. Look at Edu giving him a lot of screen. They're gonna run a lot of isolation.
Ay!
For Cooks and that.
Uy!
Great defense from Edu.
Dwight. Up.
Junmar coming in to help as well. They go quickly.
Junmar. Ay.
Boy, they were
Edu.
able to just close down that opening. Talking about
Tangkad.
Australia. It's kicked out. Junmar.
Junmar.
They give it out.
Dwight. Dwight for the 3. Wala.
Just short in that one.
Those are good shots. Dwight with a couple of good looks down from the yard. He's gonna make that shot.
Nako, yan na naman Australia for 3. Nako.
Once again.
Mm.
That's the third three for Galloway.
Galloway, 10 points no. 9-point lead.
Is shooting insanely the whole tournament long. We mentioned the 72% now. He's at 100%.
Isa to si Galloway.
A different variety. Pick and pop.
Time out agad ng Gilas.
The sleeve. What a shooter.
6 minutes and 18. The first quarter.
This program
Yeah,
is
kasi
brought to you
team
by Arena Plus, the official partner of Gilas Pilipinas.
Scotty inbound.
13-4.
Grounding for three. Panalo. Arena Plus, the official partner of the PBA. Sama-sama manood. Panalo. Masaya.
Happy with the way they ran their offense, but still, as you said, they were able to actually get some open shots from three, just not able to knock it down.
He wants
Kailangan talaga mabantayan talaga ng Gilas yung mga outside shots ng Australia.
We saw Scotty earlier on with that
Si
penetration.
Galloway
Got
ng
inside the paint. That
nakakatatlong
led to
test na siya.
a three-pointer by Dwight Ramos. Now that's good offense.
Scotty with the ball.
A little more of
9-point lead by
Because if we
Australia.
cannot get the ball inside the paint with penetration,
Scotty.
then we will not get
Nasa
the
kay
shots.
Dwight. Ay, nako, na turnover. Oh, tres na naman. Ay!
And hitting for three. Boy, everybody, that's McVee there.
McVee.
But you see the style. They
12
will
point
shoot
lead.
constantly
16-4.
transition three-pointers because that is the style of play that they have.
Ramos gets into the heart of the
Ramos,
defense.
yun.
Finally, scoring there for the Philippines. A sign from Justin Brownlee.
16-6.
Trying to get inside.
Oh, tres na naman.
The outside shot once again.
Ay!
Another three. Boy, that's a second three from
McVee. Kadalawa na to.
Three for Galloway.
And they have not missed. Those two guys have not
Talagang
missed.
talaga tayo sa score
Five out of
talaga.
5 total.
The only one who's missed was Foxwell. He's 1 out of 2.
And that is why we cannot
Ay.
extend help defense on
Nabitawan pa ni Dwight Ramos yung
because they're gonna spread the floor for him with their
Tangka
four other
talaga ng
shooters
mga-
there. And so far, he has been contained by AJ Edu, but their shooters are just making some fantastic shots here.
Well, Dwight Ramos is
Nakakaisang
right
mintis
there.
pa lang itong Australia.
Nice cut that time by Edu. Edu with a floater.
Uy, ano yun?
That was it. That's going to be a goal 10.
Goaltending.
This is not a very good interior
Score ni
defensive
Edu.
team. So that is something we can
19-8,
do. We saw the
11-point
penetration
lead
of Dwight.
by
That
Australia.
time, excellent cut coming from AJ Edu.
5 minutes
We have
and 4
scored
seconds.
inside the paint against this
The first
Australian team.
quarter. Oh, yun na naman. Tres na naman. Ay, naku po.
But we cannot give over.
Muulan ng tres.
Everybody's gonna shoot from the outside.
22-8.
Boy,
Courtesy of
it's now
White.
22 to 8. Look at the
Grabe
field
yung
goals there.
78%.
7 out of 9 for
Field
Australia.
goals ng Australia. Sa atin,
Poor
22.
pass. Stolen. Here comes Australia once again.
Tres na naman. Wala.
A little bit too strong that time.
Ako po.
They get the offensive
Atapik.
rebound though. They swing it around once again, looking for an open three. They bring it inside.
Wala.
Not that time.
Oh, offensive rebound na naman.
Defense from Edu, but we have to get the rebound.
One of the few times they're operating inside the arc.
Wala.
High off the glass, not gonna work.
And that's the correct way to defend the post. You cannot send help defense. You need to defend that one-on-one, which Chris Newsom was able to do.
Newsom in the ball game for the first time.
Edu, wala.
Just short. 3 of our threes just hitting the front rim.
Hindi pumapasa yung matas ng Gilas eh.
They go inside.
Ako, dunk pa.
Slam there. Will, his first 2 points.
Their first time they go with a
24-8.
pick and roll action,
Grabe.
and they get a dunk out of that.
16-point lead.
And that's because of all the spacing already created by the shooting of Australia.
Here's Newsom trying to get into the paint.
Newsom.
Looks for space.
Oh,
Puts
wala.
up a jumper.
Ay!
Ramos can't put it back.
Ay! Sayang.
There, the put back from Newsom. Will rim out. And Australia trying to run once again, looking for early offense. To the heart of the defense that time, that's going to be traveling.
Probably.
One of the few turnovers for Jack McVie. Got stopped in his tracks there by
Pass na
Gilas.
si Kevin Kiambao.
It's that last pick and roll execution, excellent from Australia. And that's possible for McNay to make that basket
Yusa.
because there's so much space.
24-8 is our tally. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Dwight door shot at him.
Ayun.
Comes in.
Ay, si Kiambao.
That is
Oh, pinasok ni si Ice. Pinasok ni si Kiambao.
His movement without the ball, his cutting has been excellent in
Yung
this
stepping.
tournament.
Ah,
And he's showing us
stepping.
that he's got an improved medium range jump shot as well.
24-10.
Cuts the lead down to 14.
24-10.
For Gilas Pilipinas.
14-point lead.
3 minutes in quarter number 1.
Nabangus tayo ng 14.
Ramos looking for space, 2-man game.
Ramos. Ay, wala.
Left-handed
Mas
shot
yung
a little
react
too
ni
strong.
Boy.
And again, Australia always looking to try to quicken up the pace.
Yes na naman. Wala.
Another open three, one of the few misses they've had.
They know that we're going to switch. That's why they're doing that pick and pop play.
Wala.
First up another three, Brownlee clears.
And now they're cooling down a bit, which is excellent for us.
Kimball trying to make his move. Gives it up to Justin. Got the defense all
Foul.
over him there. He's going to be fouled. That's going to be team foul number 3 in Australia.
1 minute and
And
56.
McVay knows he will not give up a three-pointer for Justin Brownlee. That's why look at the way he plays Justin. He doesn't have the foot speed to defend against Justin, but he'd rather give up that foul than give up a three-pointer.
At the same time, you're going to score a 2. I'll give you that. Here's that floater from PQ.
Brownlee.
They're really picking up Justin High. AJ Edu.
Edu. 3 seconds na shot clock ng Philippines.
Fred here. Gets it over to Yusa. Forces that one up. Just short. He had to throw that one up. Shot clock was winding down.
And that was terrific ball pressure on the part of Australia, not allowing Gilas to get into the offensive set.
A lot of worried faces there from the fans of Gilas Pilipinas. Now already down by 14. We talked about them needing a strong start here in the first.
Ako po. Best na naman. O wala.
Another miss. They've gone cold, at least here in the latter stage of quarter number 1.
So we're seeing
Junmar.
here, outside of Callaway,
Ako dinodobol ko si Junmar.
they're missing
Ako.
three-point shots.
Extra pass. Ramos. Really too strong that time. AJ with an offensive rebound. Justin tries to get to the cup.
Sayang.
Hoping for a 3-point play, but will settle for 2 free throws. 55 seconds remaining here.
And look how close they are against Justin. And that's why Justin very smartly is putting the ball on the floor and throwing the foul from Australia. Because it's obvious the game plan is they don't want Justin to take a three-pointer.
AJ gets his first rest.
Brownlee.
In his
First
place,
free throw. Pasok.
Critical also for Tamayo to give Gilas Pilipinas a good minutes.
And without Cooks there,
Second free
Carl
throw
will
ni
be able to match up
Brownlee.
against the other bigs of
Pasok.
like White. And then offensively, of course, we know that Carl will that three-pointer.
That's for sure, but right now Galloway has been sent back into the game.
Direct na si Galloway.
Hot shooting. All the way to the cup.
Ay.
It's going to be a layup there.
Lay up ni Hickey.
Quick basket there from Hickey.
14-point lead.
His
30
first 2
seconds
points
na
in the
lang sa shot
contest.
clock. First quarter.
Pick up high. Tamayo now.
26-12.
Can't find a friend, go straight to the
Optana. Ay,
A
wala.
little bit too strong though. We're about to close
12
out
seconds.
defense in Australia. Gonna go for the final shot here.
Last ball
Already up
possession
by
Australia.
14. Kiki attacks once again.
Ay!
And there's gonna be a putback that'll count. At the right place, at the right time there. Where's Cooks?
And every time that they will beat us off the dribble, it's going to be a problem. Because, look at this.
Pumasok pa
They beat us
yung
off the dribble, and then that will open up offensive rebounding opportunities because we will not be in a position to box
ano
out.
to?
And it's going to count. And that's why it's
Ah, may foul.
a clinic in offensive basketball
Para
here in the
Tamayo.
first quarter.
Napal pa.
Foul from Tamayo. That counts as you said. And they're gonna get an extra free throw here.
Outlet yung ano.
They're gonna take a look at the
Shot
just to
niya.
make sure there are a few more seconds to be added on, but still, nevertheless, a free throw coming up
Tampak.
here for the Boomers.
This guy saved your coach.
28-12.
He's
May bonus
a
free throw
force
pa dito yung
defensively,
Australia.
and then plays like
Pag
a point
napass
forward
nila
in
to,
the
ano na
offensive
to?
end. He plays
17-13.
somewhat like a Draymond Green, correct? Type of a player here for Australia.
Cooks actually played Washington Wizards in the NBA. One of the 4 players in the Boomers squad has NBA experience. Most experience, of course, is number 14, Jack White, who actually has an NBA record with the Nuggets. And 0.1 of a second to go. And a free throw to boot here for Cooks.
That's a bit strange. Usually, you just declare that the game is already over.
Correct. And you gotta get the free throw now.
Yeah, of course.
Ah, bonus free ito na talaga to. 0.1 seconds sa shot clock.
Unfortunately, not happy about something there, but nonetheless, Australia
Quarterfinals
again with a
ito.
solid start,
Bonus free throw.
similar to what they've done all throughout this tournament.
Pasok.
1.1.
Oh, that's going to be enough time for a heave.
17. Lamang na 17.
First quarter is done here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, in our quarterfinal match. Gilas Pilipinas up against Australia.
Mamaya pa po.
Boomers all over Gilas
Tapusin ko lang tong ano.
Pilipinas here in the first 10 minutes of play.
Vote your vibe. Be the vibe. The five experiences. Vote for Main Vibe and Uprising. SMS voting. Request
Maganda
for
talaga
vote.
yung ano ng Australia talaga, especially sa 3-point area.
Vote your vibe. Be the vibe.
Sa ano natin, hindi pa taas yung matris eh. Sa Australia talaga, pag PPS sa test talaga, pasok na lang.
Right now, you're taking a look at the highlights here of the first period. Most of it belonging to the Boomers. They've shot incredibly well once again, which they've actually done all throughout the tournament here, Coach.
That is their strength. Transition offense. They'll take a lot of threes from transition, and then the ball movement, of course. And then once they get established with their 3-point shooting, 7 out of 12, that's the time they try to attack the paint with the spacing that the
Second
3-point
quarter
shooting
na.
provides.
58% shooting from 3. That's a much higher clip than what we've been yielding, which is 42, which is already high.
And this has been a team about 43% for the tournament. So they're even outdoing themselves.
Gilas Pilipinas for the first crack. Here in quarter number 2. Brownlee has not yet been lifted. Having to play extended minutes here. Tamayo. Back jumper works.
And Carl Tamayo showing us that sweet stroke. And that's why this guy, ever since he was in high school playing for NU.
Uy, na naman test Australia. Wala. Uy, dunk.
Will once again, that's his second bucket. He's got 4 points.
Magni with 4 points. Balik with 70. Oh, test. Nice.
KQ showing us he is
Yan
still
na.
hot from the outside.
Nakatest na si
5
KQ.
points from Kiambao.
Oh, Lasal.
Youngsters, Kiambao and Tamayo.
Oh, yun, yun.
Then we force a turnover. This is where we can run off turnovers.
Tamayo will give it back out.
Bigay nyo kay KQ.
Ramos, they look for Justin. Brownie, nice find.
White.
Ramos.
Nice.
And now the flow is
12 na lang.
down to a 12-point game.
Good time of Australia.
With this, those
31-19.
the spacing offensively is really much better for Gilas, and the flow is there. And then you have a J. Dustin Brownlee
Time out.
creating, you surrounding with shooters, and good things will happen.
Now it's a timeout call by Australia. Just some reminders there from Coach Adam Caporn, making sure that Australia doesn't take anything for granted here.
But first 3 possessions of
Habang
the second quarter,
Australia.
we scored.
Time out agad sila.
Excellent sign here for Gilas.
12 lang lamang dito ng Australia.
Confidence. If we can get
47
it looks like we're finishing right now.
Up, 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 up.
Let's see the set that they're going to run coming off that timeout. Going inside the paint first, then it's kicked out.
And then when they put the ball in the low post, it's usually as a decoy to try to free up the
Wala.
shooters.
Uy,
Galloway is going to be fouled there.
uy.
On his
Foul.
way to the cup.
Bit of a late call that time.
Brownlee.
And we can hear the reaction of this pro-Philippines crowd. Very little there.
Especially for FIBA basketball. But Galloway will head to the line. Already leading scoring here.
Galloway.
Tonight.
First free throw. Pasok.
He split his free throws earlier. Now already in double digits. He's got 12 points. 3 out of 4 from the free throw line and 3 out of 3.
33-19. Manang 14 Australia.
Ramos still on top.
Brownlee.
Now Brownlee.
Look how
Hindi, double team si Brownlee.
every time Brownlee has that ball.
Got to create here.
Ay, sayang.
High three will come up short. Almost a 24
Tumasok
second
yung
shot clock
tayo ng
violation.
Tamayo. Ay, dunk.
And the big slam there. Hickey now with his second
Hickey.
bucket.
And you can see the strength of Hickey. This is a guy who loves to
16.8
attack the rim. And we've seen that with 2 penetrations here in the first half.
That Are you one of the players that we talked about during the pre? You're not even one of the 4 players with NBA experience.
Naku, ubos na naman ang oras sa Team Gilas.
Shot clock. Down to 3. Another rush shot there by Gilas.
Yan ang depensa talaga na.
Sagging, practically playing a zone when we are on the offensive end. We have to break them by maybe getting Tamayo a 3-3-pointer.
Inside the paint.
Patay. Wala. Wala.
Just trying to battle for it.
Dwight! Ako po.
Out of the pack. But again, look at the good transition defense here by the Boomers.
And nobody was there to help out the White Ramos.
Tamayo up high. They clear the floor here for Justin.
Wala.
Justin is going to miss. Trying to force the contact there. No early 3 here. Galloway looking for space. Puts up a 3. That's his first miss. Again, look at Cooks inside. Up against the undersized Dwight Ramos inside that shaded area.
We've played much better here in the second quarter, but the last 2 possessions have been very stagnant for Gilas.
Feedback inside. And Jamie Malonzo seeing his first action here tonight.
Yun, si Malonzo. Kapaglaro na rin.
Galloway. They'll go back up high. Keeps that screen.
Depensa.
Now the attack.
Yun. Nice.
The ability to take the free, so that was defended well by Carlo Tamayo.
Looking for some quick ball movement here. 3 from KQ. Yes. Second three of the night.
This guy is just fearless. He is never afraid of the moment Kevin Kiambao.
Pasok yung Tresik yan daw.
Philippines.
Balik ko.
3 from
13 points na lang.
Another good block.
Ay, sayang.
Australia just showing us an extreme size.
And that's their biggest player,
Wessels.
Harry Wessels.
Alonso. Alonso still finds Brownlee. Justin up against 3. It's Fleur. No. Just snatching that rebound there was Daniels. Here he is once again. Hickey.
Wala.
Having a rebound. Alonso.
Uy!
Justin eventually does. No.
Foul.
It's going to be called. It's going to be a Jamie.
Oh.
Look hands here from Hickey.
Jamie Alonso, bothered by the pressure defense. We've done a good job so far in terms of taking care of the ball, but Jamie will be called for that offensive foul.
There was Hickey in action a while ago. A quick explosion to the cup.
We know that's his strength because he's not really looking to shoot the outside shot. Every time he has the ball, he's looking for that penetration.
Controls Foxwell. Nice look inside. Easy man there for the big man.
Si 7 na naman.
Now he's got 2 buckets. Both of them here in quarter number 2. Gambao.
Ayun lang.
Will come up short though.
That's not a bad thing to do because KQ was being defended by a smaller player.
Moving that ball around once again. A 17-point advantage enjoyed here by Australia.
Yun.
Was well defended that time by Scotty.
And we need to run off the numbers at least. That's the way.
That's going to be the first team foul of Australia here in the second period.
And I know we want to control the tempo of turnovers and maybe long rebounds.
Talaga, makakalamang talaga. Hirap.
There's an easy bucket there by Wessels.
Uy, tapal.
Malone's just gonna get blocked.
Right now,
Tatlak si Malonzo doon.
confidence from the game of Jamie Malonzo.
And it's
Ayun
really
lang.
showing. Easy layup
Time up.
there.
Si Malonzo kanina, Philippines.
That was a total of 8 points.
19, no?
He is now 19 for the Boomers. It's actually their biggest lead in the contest.
Kiambao. Tatlong tres na si Kiambao.
He's asking to be replaced.
You might have to just tough it out.
You have to with KQ.
41-25 is our tally.
Nice.
Excellent defense from Jamie. Holding his own against the bigger vessels.
Who do you go to? They're trying to look for KQ.
Right there.
Get to another one. It's a little strong that time.
Tangkad talaga.
And White setting up for that.
Tangkad talaga mga Persal. Ay, bako, test na naman. Wala.
By the Boomers, a little bit short from Smith. Malonzo will try to challenge.
Ay, ay, ay. Sayang.
That's not bad again. You will get some high percentage baskets if you can do that.
Approaching the 2-minute mark here of quarter number 2. Australia still up 41-25.
Wala.
Big rebound there by KQ. And he's huffing and puffing. Scotty finds Andrew. Extra pass. Malonzo for 3.
Passing tira naman. Gila sa tres. Sayang.
Create some offense that time. So as long as we can continue doing that, if we can get into that pain, here we're gonna get open looks.
And we are getting stops at the defensive end. Foxwell.
Oh, ang galing.
That's gonna silence the Philippine crowd just a little bit.
Maxwell.
Extending the lead back up to 18.
Si Ocho.
Ramos finds Malonzo. Malonzo will give it up. And this forward is short.
And that's one shot that AJ really has to work on. Because he has the touch to be consistent in that floater game.
And an offensive foul is going to be called here in Australia. Good break for Gilas.
Bakti.
Called by Coach Tim Cole here, looking to decide to put it in shoulder.
Time out. 43-25. Si Ocho. Walang lang ano siyali. Kaya makahala na talaga. Natin kaya makabuling na mga siyali. Yeah.
2025 FIBA Asia Cup sa One Sports. One Sports Plus, RPTV, PBA Rush, at Pilipinas Live.
Under a minute to be played before the halftime break. Kevin Kiambao is really carrying the load here for Team Philippines.
Those are not easy three-point shots. Those are not wide open shots we're seeing here from KQ, but he's shooting with a lot of confidence. And he will stay in the game.
1 minute and
That's
3.
unless, of course, in that timeout. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a run here in the final 1 minute. Maybe cut this to 14, 15 points.
Brown is back. The final 60 seconds. On a little bit
Dwight.
of movement.
Edu.
Coach didn't call. Shot clock is now dominated. Dwight Ramos with the
Nice offensive execution that time from Gilas.
Ay!
once again, Cooks.
He's just too strong. And it's hard to put any help defense on Cooks because of the shooting. But I would prefer AJ Edu defending against Coach Edu on him.
Basket counted mo sa bonus free throw. Ni Cooks. Pasok.
Completes a three-point play.
Balik ulit sa 18.
Back up to an 18-point advantage. Time for a possession each. Australia though with a foul to give. They go inside. Thank you. That's a great pass. Just a little bit off to the right, and the shot clock will not be turned off. But again, Australia going for the shot.
Good execution because of that pass of Edu. We were
Wala
able
na
to
Australia.
get an open look again. Let's get a technical score.
Ayun lang, 20 na.
Nice trail there.
20 na ba?
Point forward skills of Xavier Cooks.
That is going to bring the lead of Australia to an even 20 points. Good appearance, coach.
We played much better in the second quarter for sure, led by Kembao. And Australia, of course, they're not going to shoot 60%, 70% from threes the entire game, so they've slowed down a bit as well. It's going to be a tall order with this 20-point deficit, but good signs for Gilas in that second quarter. The 3-point shooting down to 47% for Australia, and then rebounding needed to do a better job. 27-16
Hirap.
in the rebounding department. And
Wala si Kai Soto eh,
force
injured.
a little bit more turnovers. Australia only with 5 turnovers.
Wala talaga sa big man.
Average about 14-15 turnovers a game. So let's see what we can do in the second half. What adjustments Coach Tim has for Gilas.
After 2 periods of play, it's a 20-point advantage by the Boomers.
$48.28. 20.3 by Australia. Meron talaga mga players natin.
2025 FIBA Asia Cup sa One Sports. One Sports Plus, RPTV, PBA Rush at Pilipinas Live. This is 2025 PBL on
Sayang.
Watch it on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live. Hanggang Disyembre, lalaban tayo tutugan ang 2025 FIBA Asia Cup para sa dama. Para sa bandera. Para sa nag-iibig ng trono. Sino ang maghahari sa Asia? Wala nang atrasan to. 2025 FIBA Asia Cup sa One Sports. One Sports Plus, RPTV, PBA Rush at Pilipinas Live.
Live your vibe, be the vibe. The vibe experiences. Both
Ano, makabawi na lang tayo sa second half. Himala na lang kailangan. Wala kasi talaga tayo sa mga players talaga lang na talaga si Kai Soto. Tapos wala rin sa mga perimeter shooting. Test natin dito pasok.
Lalaban tayo, tutukan ang
Nakatawa sa second half.
2025.
Between Gilas Pilipinas and the Boomers of Australia. It's a 20-point lead enjoyed here by the Boomers after exceptional shooting. Really set the tone, coach. That was 3, especially from Galloway, and then they had 5 in total in that early stretch.
Especially in that first quarter, the first 5 minutes, we were treated to a shooting display by Australia, Galloway, and McVee. And then later on, we saw what they can do on other facets, the penetration, the attacks of Xavier Cooks, and then they dominated rebounding as well. The good side for us, we played much better in the second quarter as compared to the first. So that's something we can take away heading into this halftime break.
And just a few turnovers, of course, for our squad here early in the second period. But again, as you said, much better showing for our squad as we take a look at some of the numbers here for the first 2 periods of play. And obviously, we're hoping that we are able to come up with a stronger showing, especially in the third, because if not, it's going to be a blowout on the floor.
That's correct, because we need to play with a higher sense of urgency in the third quarter. Maybe try to force more turnovers and get into some transition action. But look at this field goal shooting of Australia. They're at 50%. We're only at 29%. We were stagnant from time to time on the offensive end. Assist 7 to 9. That's expected because we're not shooting very well. And then 3-point shooting, 7 out of 15 for Australia. I like that we have 17 attempts. A lot of those shots were actually good attempts from 3-point line, because that's really how you should play internationally. You need a good volume of 3-point shots, and we had that. And then our shots started to fall as well in the second quarter, especially with Kevin Kiambao. And then for Australia, after that scorching start, they pulled down a bit, especially from beyond the arc. But rebounding, we cannot get out rebounded by double figures again in this second quarter if we want to make this competitive.
Right now, we're gonna bring in Carlo to join us here for the halftime break. And Carlo, from what you've seen there so far, it looks like they were able to do, talking about Australia, in terms of their defense, they are keying on Justin Brownlee, and they have been able to really hold him down.
Well, we all know that the defense will be physical against Justin Brownlee all game long against Australia, and they even schemed against him. We initially assumed that they were going to cover him one-on-one, but they have really high respects for the capabilities, for the talent of Justin Brownlee. Every time that he was alone at the post, there was a double team that came. They want everyone else to take the shot and not Justin Brownlee. They've been very successful with that kind of scheme against our offense. But the good thing for Gilas Pilipinas is Coach Tinton was able to make adjustments in the second quarter. It's all about keeping it low and slow, right? We only lost the second quarter by 3 points, and that was when he had a much smaller lineup on the floor. The AJ Edu, Jumar Fajardo combination will not possibly work against Australia because it's a 5-out offense. It's not posting up for them. It's driving. It is penetrating. It's setting up your bigs right there around the rim. So we might not be able to see those two players sharing the floor for too many minutes in the second half.
Sa siya ba dyan,
It's
ilang
all
member
about
ang ano?
keeping your confidence up.
Ang
If you're
siya,
Gilas
ilang
Pilipinas,
member
there were
ng
positives
bansa?
in that second period, losing that 19 to 16.
Dito sa FIBA?
So let's see what adjustments
Oh,
are possible
siya.
heading into the third quarter. Anthony, what's
May
more?
10, wala. Hindi pa.
Well, we're gonna take a little break here, but obviously you can see that was a great report once again by Carlo.
Mga 20 ata.
Ha?
Some adjustments
20.
really have to be done by Gilas Pilipinas entering the third.
I really think that, as Carlo mentioned, the bigger lineup starting that game really hurt us, and that's why they had those 3-pointers. And then when we went to a smaller lineup, if we can maybe alternate Jumar and Edu at the center
Iba yun.
position, we might
Iba yun.
we might be able
Ibang
to give a better fight
liga yun.
Australia.
Ah, yung US na
At the same time, you were
siya?
saying we could have gone to Jumar when he's on the floor.
Ay, sa
We could have
FIBA,
tried to
marami-rami
go
yan.
inside to-
Mga nasa
Once to Jumar, I thought he was able
Sa
to get
Asia
all the
na
way
lang.
inside
sa
the
Asia,
paint.
20. Yung sa US kasi ibang ano yun, ibang liga yun.
On the floor.
Pero FIBA din. Pero ibang ano yun.
I At the same time, when we talk about the three-point shooting, the tremendous three-point shooting of Australia, is there anything else we can probably do to bring that percentage down even more?
Well, it went down in the second quarter, and when it goes down, then that's when Xavier will try to create. Because when he has that space, he is so gifted off the dribble, and we saw that, and he can also pass the ball. That's their main weapon when the three-point shooting is not falling. And I think AJ Edu was able to defend them quite well in a few instances.
In terms of JB, how do we free things up for him? Because obviously we need him also to be able to score, and at the same time, once he scores, he can get the rest of his teammates involved.
I really would like to see JB
Siyempre sa ano siya, kampo yan.
as Carlo mentioned,
Plus,
when
di
he
lang
gets
pala
the
yung
ball,
nilalaro ng
they
Pilipinas.
will send a quick double team because he's
Wala kasi yung big si Kai Soto injured eh.
Ha?
Wala si Kai Soto injured.
Yung Class A, yung US.
Get a chance to take a
Class A.
three-point shot. So
Sa FIBA.
a lot more screens
Ang US Class A yun. Yung
Class A,
Yung
Ito,
Pilipinas Class
this
B.
Class B, Ang malalakas kasi yung mga US eh. US,
You can see the adjustment also that
yan, Australia, yan,
they started
malalakas
off
yun.
the game
Pati
hot from
Europe,
the outside.
ano?
The
Europe,
Philippines started driving that three, and then they went inside. So, it's really pick your poison, so to speak.
That's correct, and it's different when you have Westels in the game. It's they go pick and roll. When it's McVay who's giving the screen, it's a pick and pop play for Australia. So they attack in so many different ways depending on who is the personnel inside the court.
Well, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll bring you to the second half of the game. Gilas Pilipinas up against Australia.
Only on Filipino Music Countdown Live 5.
Hagupit na ang pinaka
Yan na.
48-28 is our tally as we head into the
48-28.
third period of play here. Gilas Pilipinas needs to middle down this lead and trim it down to a margin.
Kumain ka na dyan?
It's manageable.
Kumain na ako kanina pa.
We cannot afford what happened in the first 5 minutes of the first quarter to happen again here in the third quarter.
Ayan na. Third quarter. Alam mo, may adjustment ito ng Gilas Pilipinas.
Follow the game plan, play the right way. This is a guy who's doing that. He's just playing. He's playing with confidence when he has a shot.
Hindi talaga nila confidence.
So it doesn't, the thing with
Especially
KU,
sa
it doesn't matter
tira
who
sa
he's playing
press.
against. He plays the same way.
Kaya matipensa nila yung mga players ng Australia.
post-game interview in the last game, which they won against Saudi. He says, he could be playing an inter-barangay game. He could be playing for his mother's squad, or he could be playing for the Philippines. And it's
Yan na,
literally
third
the
quarter.
same as you said.
Bola ng Australia. Tamang sila ng 20.
Already with a 20-point advantage.
Depensa!
They've also taken good care of the basketball.
So now we see Japet on the floor.
Ayun lang, na-foul. Ay, traveling.
Because Japet is more mobile than Jumar, but at the same and then in the same manner, he will also help you in the rebounding department. Because Coach can go probably
Ayun.
want to play
Nalabang si Japet.
because we have killed also off the boards 27-16.
Ayun!
Nice lead pass inside.
Nice!
That's the second time we've gotten that.
Edu.
And I'm sure they talked about this
Pasok na rin si Edu. Counted. Basket counted.
That backer is really open and it took Japet to be able to do that as well. Japet known to do that.
Free throw ni Edu.
We know the connection of Japet and Scotty.
Pasok. 17.
Quickly cutting that lead down to 17.
17 na lang. Pensa!
Philippines remain to do it on the defensive end. Galloway inside.
Oy!
Takes it back out.
Ano sa quarter na yan?
Third pa lang po, third.
Ha?
Third po.
Third quarter na yan?
Oo, third po.
He really does the dirty work for this team, Xavier Cooks. 8 points now in the game.
Ramos to AJ. They're really denying Justin. From 17 feet.
9 points now in the game for Dwight, and let's hope he gets hot. We saw what Justin, what Dwight Ramos did.
Score na rin si Dwight. Pensa! Ako na naman. Ayun lang.
Three there from Foxwell.
Galing sa shooting ng Curry.
Maxwell.
Guards, space, Maxwell.
Balik ulit sa 20.
And then McVeigh.
Ang galing sa shooting ng Curry.
Just like that, it's back to a 20-point advantage.
Proudly.
JB extricating. There's a quick double. Extra
June.
pass. Gilas.
Nice! Dwight Ramos, 11 points na.
Japet can give to you
Oy!
excellent passes already by Japet. We all know he knows this offense of Coach Pinto.
Yan lang. Patay!
But the problem is they're really threes for our twos.
Maxwell.
And it's now a 21-point advantage.
21.
The biggest in the ball game here.
But I like that you're executing much better here in the third quarter.
Ay, ay, ay.
You could see it after the release. Foxwell, you can see Australia really dictating the pace and tempo. That's a good block by Japet from the back.
Japet should be back here in the third. Even though he's not scoring, he's passing and now his
Tapal, Japet.
being threat by Australia.
He's sparingly so here in the tournament.
O yun na naman, tres. Ay, nako. 24?
Right in his face.
But you can give him space. He will not hesitate. Look at that. That's just way too much space being given by Justin.
As you said, let him put it on the floor. He's less of a threat. Now a 24-point advantage.
Dwight. Ay, sayang.
Halfway down. Comes right back out though.
Umasinte si Dwight Ramos.
And Australia started this third quarter with three-pointers. Foxwell and then Galloway.
Patay.
Now McVeigh.
Wala. Ayun lang. Oy!
Put back there by the big man, and it's shades of what happened in quarter number one.
That is
26.
Magnay. 8 points. He has not missed from the field because every
Wala na to.
attempt is practically at the basket for him.
Lights layup will drop. 13 points now here for House.
So their offensive execution has improved a lot, but we need to get better on the defensive end of the floor.
Australia showing their patience here.
Tatak. Uy, wala. Nice.
Easiest shot of the game for Cooks.
And the fans are going to let him hear it. But Gilas needs to score here. JB, floater, yes.
Counted. Basket counted.
Free throw to boot.
Coach Tim was upset in the first quarter because there was no ball movement. This is the ball movement that Coach Tim wants from Gilas. We're doing it here in the third quarter. Chapman, a big part of that. And now Brownlee will get this floater off that assist pass coming from Scotty.
It's really just a jackrabbit start that they had in the quarter number 1 and also here to begin the third.
But the good thing is, even though they're
For the
making
splitter
plays here,
with Justin Brown.
we're able to keep step because we're getting quality shots as well.
Ay, wala. Uy! Receive rebound. Nakuha.
Offensive rebound off that miss. Thompson for
Yes! Scotty. 19 na lang.
Scotty makes his first field goal. But much better execution. We're playing with more confidence here in the third, and we're starting to hit our shots.
And Coach Adler from Australia says,
Time out agad Australia.
by 19, 61 to 42. But katulad na sinasabi mo, Coach,
61-42.
nakakasabay na ngayon yung Pilipinas.
5 minutes 32.
We are showing signs of life here.
Third quarter. Depensa.
Now, maybe we can get a couple more stops.
Uy,
here. 2 or 3 consecutive stops. We can be in business.
Backup point guard, Hickey. He's in. So it's going to be less shooting from the outside.
And now we're in a zone.
Ayun lang.
But Hickey spots. His teammate
White.
there, the dunker spot, that was White.
Ulit.
To 21. They go to JB.
63-42.
You see all eyes of Australia on him. AJ.
Ah,
Shot
sayang.
at 3.
Yan. Huh?
By getting in there.
We're going to keep possession because of the effort of Scotty.
That is probably what Australia has not yet seen in this current report. The offensive rebounding prowess of Scotty Thompson. They go to Dwight.
Ay!
Almost another
Sayang.
That's gonna touch the baseline.
Tumama sa baseline.
Some quick substitutions being done here first by Australia. Now, back to the action.
Oo. Ako po. Wala.
Ooh, comes up with a miss that time.
He's
human after all. Also, we go to JB.
Drop it. Nice.
And now we're letting Justin Rowley run the offense in that mid-post position, which is a good option here for Gilas. Just need to score.
Oh, hindi ka kay Japet. Ay, kay Edo pala. Si Edo pala yung naka-block. Naka-block pala.
AJ is really impeccable. Look at this play.
Hindi ka kay Edo.
And that's all Hickey's gonna do is go to the cup. One of the best shooters of Australia.
That's correct. And
3 minutes, 58.
playing a little bit of a
Uy! Nice! Sayang. Ang lalaki. Hindi maka-Scotty.
Let's go.
And we're getting stops
Sayang yun.
with our zone defense.
Ang lalaki na. Hindi maka si Scotty. Sayang yun. Uy! Sayang, na-block pa.
The defense of Australia has been so tough.
Ito na naman.
Yes.
And that's what they love to do.
22.
Transition.
Hmm?
Fewer
22 na ilabang.
especially to their bigs like White and McVay. On the tray,
Sayang.
they will take that three-pointer.
That is White, who has an NBA ring with the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, nice.
They passed them on JB and Scotty. Continuing to work hard, putting in the effort of that
20.
defensive glass.
And as you said,
Yan na naman ang tres. Wala.
Here in the third period. And if we can get a bit lucky, they will get a few of those three-pointers from that zone defense. We can get back into this game.
we have matched their output here in the third period. AJ, took one to the basket. Kicked the line.
Natapal pa si... Sayang. Nako, yan na naman. Wala.
Big three, not gonna work. Edwin aboard. Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third.
Roundy.
JB.
Ay!
That was a good setup drop though.
Yes, it was. Justin getting the ball inside the paint opens up the three-pointer from Scotty.
Under 2 minutes now to be played. Here he is going to the cup.
Foul.
And that's what he's going to do. As we mentioned earlier on, this is a guy who wants to put the ball on the floor.
Yan, yan.
Gets blocked, but he has played well.
Oh, he's definitely giving the Philippines a lift here in the third. White has done his job. Back over to the bench.
We have kept in step with Australia ever since the end of the first quarter, which is a great sign.
At this point, even with that free throw, Australia's only outscored Gilas by 1
In the third.
Nice. Pumasok.
Amaya back in the ball game. Coach Control.
21. Ano naman?
The two youngsters are in the game.
67-46. 1 minute and 40 seconds na lang. Third quarter. Dwight Ramos.
Things.
Wala.
Offensive rebound that time. And again,
Pass break ang Australia dito. Wala.
three? No. That was touched last by Australia. We're going the other way.
But you see that style of Australia. Anytime, every time, they will push. And then look for that triple penetration that leads to some open three-pointers.
That has led to all the success that they've had so far here in the 2025 edition of the FIBA Asia Cup. Kemba. gonna get fouled. Little bit of a nudge there on the back from Ray Smith.
That's going to be the fourth team foul of Australia. So let's see if we can get JB on the move. Possibly attacking the paint here and then trying to get a foul.
Inside to AJ. Right now, let's take it out. Extra pass. Jump powerful three. Just confirms that one.
Once again, good execution by Gilas in that sequence.
Wala.
Transition defense. Not able to make a shot there. Was Ben Henshaw. AJ on the side step.
Sayang.
Free throws coming up here for AJ.
And AJ, give him a few more years, he's gonna get stronger in his upper body. Sometimes he is unable to finish when he's getting to the rim. Every time he gets into a contact physically. But that's gonna come for him.
First play to the Edu. Pasok.
Again, we have matched the output of Australia here in the third.
Second free throw. Ay, wala.
Playing with a lot of heart and effort in that third quarter.
Final 40 seconds here.
7:47. Oy, wala. Ay, foul?
Teammate, but we have two more free throws coming up for Cooks.
But I like that foul. Don't give him any knocks. Right? Not giving up. Trying to play defense there in the last minute, in the last moment.
Ako, 14 point na required.
67-47 is our tally. 33.3 seconds remaining here in the third.
Let's look at Dash Daniels. This kid is only 17 years old, and the younger brother of Dyson Daniels, the reigning NBA Defensive Player of the Year. I hear that he's pretty much cut to the same mold as his brother, a defensive athletic guard. And he's in the radar as a possible
33 seconds na lang.
player the next
Quarter.
few years as a prospect.
We're now getting some valuable experience on the floor here for Australia.
Use up.
So it's only going to be a couple of seconds.
White.
Philippines trying to score here to tie things up as far as output in the third is concerned. 3 on the way. Again, KQ delivers.
Love the patience of KQ. Ball fake. Real fake for
Ay,
another
iba
shot.
lang.
That's the fourth 3-pointer now of the game for KQ.
The Philippines has fouls to give. Get inside. Ramos throws that. Hail Mary not answer there, but again, we won that quarter. That's right, by 1.
So we've gotten better after that first quarter. Much better in the second. This is the best quarter that we've played so far in this game. KQ with the ending point there of the
Dito lang sa One Sport, RPTV, One Sports Plus, at Pilipinas Live.
Kailan, Gerard?
Ha?
Kumain si Papa mo? Ha?
Bye na po.
Papa mo? Ha?
Chapel, Scotty, they did what was necessary from the
Roger, kumain ka na?
because they are the
Kanina pa. Di ba kanina ba?
best team. And
Baka na kumain na ako.
all of the young players, they thought they've
Ano,
had
shot?
fantastic
Ano?
tournaments, KQ, AJ,
Ay, yung ano?
Oo.
as at these moments. Now they come off the bench. And they have a chance because
Kunain ng
These
aso.
young guys coming off the bench, they're
Nakain
playing
ng
with a
aso.
ton of confidence.
And as you said, the offense really flowed in that third period.
That's correct.
Yan, yan, aso.
Wait, Belbel.
Final period. Will it be the final quarter for Gilas Pilipinas in this edition of the tournament? Ramos will come up short. He'll get it back. Tamayo for three. Just short.
That's a good shot from Carl. He can make that.
Yes, he definitely can. Again, just slowing down the pace of the Boomers here to begin the fourth. They roll inside, they go to their big man, and he scores once again.
And their three-point shooting has been off the last few minutes. And that's
Kumain
why
ka na, Gerald?
they run that something going towards the rim for Magnay.
Another one of their four players that actually has NBA experience. KQ, that's another three.
And right now the free ball is on automatic for Kevin Kiambao. 5 out of 7 from beyond the arc.
18 na lang. Nahabol ito ng Gilas.
Next three-point shooter, I
Wala.
would never agree.
He has really worked on his game. Philippines trying to cut into this lead once again. Just short. That's usually a shot that Newsom will make. Lead still at 18.
Puti kakain.
And again, they're slowing down the pace here. Behind the back pass. Defended well by Gilas. And a foul is going to be called here on Magny.
When you have these three guys, Kiambao, Tamayo, and Edu on the floor, they're long, they're talented, they play with a lot of energy because of their youth.
SKQ swishing another one. KQ is the leading scorer for Team Philippines here. Brownie sets up KQ. Again, another three, just offline that
Sayang.
time. Strong rebound by Magny. Once played for the Pelicans in the
Australia.
NBA.
Kulay dilaw.
Here's Cooks. Great defense.
18 po lamang pa.
We're making it difficult
Kaya
for
ka
them.
din na.
Bakit na ako kanina pa?
Movement and player movement.
Ay, patay. Test na naman.
Now the strongest
Wala.
suit.
Nantog pa na eh, lapit mo dito.
Well, he defended that possession so well that they could not
Kaya,
get the defensive rebound.
masagin pa eh.
We're gonna give Hickey that three-point shot all night long. But again, they hit another medium-range jumper.
That was
They once
McVay.
again, yes.
That was an NBA move by McVay because that was defended well by Kevin Kiambao.
Once played for the Rockets.
And now we see Kiambao, Tamayo, playing better the defensive end. This is the reason why they did not get that many minutes in the beginning of this tournament. Because Coach Tim Cone wants you to earn your minutes on the defensive end. Now that they've learned that, we're seeing two talented guys who are playing and giving the effort on the defensive end because of that the discipline that Coach Tim wants to instill in them.
And they're showing us how they can contribute on both ends. And again, another bucket there from Australia. Boy, McVay now showing everybody why he has played in the NBA.
Those were NBA level moves from
Nako.
McVay.
Steal pa.
Over here, Australia already up by 22. Foul's going to be called on Newsom. Jenny Malones are getting ready to check in. First personal foul going to be called on Newsom there. And a timeout will now be called by Coach Tim Cone, looking for one final push here for Gilas Pilipinas. could be the final 6 minutes and 18 seconds for Gilas Pilipinas here in this tournament. Coach Tim wanting to look for one final stand for Gilas here.
And we have, as we mentioned, played competitively after the first 7 or 8 minutes of this game. We've gotten confidence as well. We've executed well. And then defensively, we've been able to challenge the shooters much better as well.
Well, if Gilas Pilipinas is looking for one final push, so is Australia. As Galloway sent back in. Wild shot from three, not going to work.
And this is probably our most athletic lineup with Newsom, Malonzo, Edu, and Kiambao on the floor together with Brownlee.
And he gets to the cup. He'll be fouled. Foul of the big man. Wells.
And as AJ Edu gets more comfortable with the offense, gets more comfortable with his athleticism and also with his teammates, you're going to see a lot more of those from AJ Edu. That's a big part of his development as a player, to be able to attack better off the dribble.
Pasok.
And in all the interviews, AJ has said he's looking forward to featuring a twin power combination when Ty Soto comes back.
The thing with AJ Edu, he got hurt when he was playing for the
20.
He got hurt in college. And then he just came from
25 na
another
habol
injury.
ng Philippines.
And that's why the
6 minutes na lang sa fourth quarter.
development has not been consistent for AJ Edu yet. But we all know he can go
Yun, nakasteal din.
and he plays hard.
Nadulas pa sa kamay ni ano.
Little too fast for his own good. That time was KQ. He wanted
Kevin
a
Kiambao.
big, strong attack.
Sayang.
Galloway with a handoff. Now again, we're going to set up their offense. Galloway now. We'll have to create long two. Just short. Good boxing out there from JB.
And that's perfect defense from Edu. That's how you defend a shooter like Galloway.
Newsom. Sets up Brownie. Brownie inside. Finds the cutting AJ.
Ay!
Just short. Brownie picks up.
Ay!
Floater, that's short.
Sayang.
There for Justin Brownlee.
And it looked like it, especially in that sequence.
It's like what, 5th game in 9 days for Justin, for the team.
And the heavy minutes also on JB. Floater's gonna drop there. Nice bucket there from Foxwell.
22 points.
Lead is back up to 22.
Gilas.
JB a little tentative that time. Malonzo inside. Force the issue. 2 free throws now for Jamie.
And I like that. Jamie doesn't have the confidence in this tournament because wasn't used the first few games. We all know of his athleticism, so he will get to the line. Foxwell has a very nice floater.
And he's also got the foot speed, as you can see there. Getting past KQ. Checking in for the first time, Joshua Bandit. Heavy landing, the inside. Together there with Jack White.
These are the younger players of Australia that we're seeing now. Tannen, we talked about the 17-year-old Daniels, Foxwell as well. Rain Smith just finished college, played for the Louisville Cardinals.
77,
Smith is actually
56.
averaging 13.3 points here in the tournament. So he's really helping out.
Jimmy Balonzo, 17 free throw. Wala.
Alonso will misfire that second free
For
throw.
11
Lead is
yun
still
na lang sa
21 for
fourth
the
quarter.
Boomers.
Wala na, tayo na ito mananalo.
Wise decision, Foxwell once again. Throw the right hand and it drops.
Foxwell.
You don't think he's fast Foxwell, but he can attack and get in the ring. What's that? Deceptive speed, yes, from the tempo.
Parang ganun nga eh. Gives Malonzo. Put a shot on him. Tries to force the issue. No.
Wala na to.
Approaching the 3.5-minute mark. One ball game here for Australia. Maxwell's going to put up a three. Offensive rebound here. Quick catch and shoot. And a nice bucket there inside for Banner. Not even in the game for a minute.
Two offensive rebounds for
Wala na.
Australia. In that
Oras
sequence,
na,
you
oras.
see Foxwell's numbers.
Foul's going to be called there, Daniels.
Looks alike. Looks a lot like his brother Dyson.
White will be relieved. There are bigger battles ahead for Australia as they make it to the final four. Nice look inside, Jake Rodriguez.
Only 10 points in the game for Justin Brownlee. That has been like a frame for Justin in this tournament. He has a hard time putting together back-to-back big
Ay, wala.
games, for Gilas.
Oh, wala.
And Coach Tim mentioned that. We hope that the legs will be there for our players because of that overtime match against
Ay,
Saudi Arabia.
astig pa.
For a pass there. Kensho with the steal.
Kahit naman ako.
After those two missed attempts, he got the steal and he went straight to the cup. There's that steal. Good hands.
Panalo.
Ito ngayon, ano?
Tingin ko lang.
Tambak. Wala.
Ay, wala ko na yan. Ang gusto ko.
KQ's gonna get it. Now Newsom.
Hindi para sa'yo.
Ay, naku po, si New Sub.
Pearson lost possession.
Yes, showing us the defensive capabilities reminiscent of his brother Dyson, who led the NBA in steals last season.
He saw the way he shuffled over Newsom there.
Keep in mind, he's 17. He is the same age of a UAP high school player.
That is right. 81-58 our tally as we approach the final 2 minutes.
Blitz. Wala na.
Here's Daniels. We'll give it up. Shot clock is down to 3. Big round shot, but we're trying to look for a pass inside.
Talo.
Maxwell wasn't expecting it though.